Botched Podcast is proudly part of the Giant Size Team Up Network. For more shows that contain full frontal nerdity, head over to giantsizeteamup.com.
Not long ago, deep in the Appalachian wilds, a group of drunken misfits joins forces to play Dungeons & Dragons. Inspired by boredom and equipped with loose morals and a questionable understanding of the rules, our heroes venture forth to explore strange new lands. Gather up your dice, your manuals, and your livers, and join us on a quest to make our absolute fools of ourselves. This is Botched AD&D Podcast.
Begin our tale like any other night in Massive City. In a foggy street, as a clothed foot splashes through a puddle and runs to an intersection between an alleyway and a street. There we introduce our first character, Tristan.
I'll be playing Russell Burton, a human monk.
So, Russell, you just witnessed the murder of your sensei or master at your dojo, and you immediately ran into town looking for the perpetrators, but you can't seem to find them at this point.
Monsters. The
monasteries and things like that. So the way Massive City's set up, since it's an underground city, 40 years after the prologue took place, there was an initial let-in of other peoples, but it was very minimal because there's a lot of racism towards those people. And Oscar, from that prologue, took over the city, and that's why he let people in for a little bit, and then he shut down the city. And then Oscar ruled for a while before he died and the next guy took over. The way that it's set up religion-wise, religions are put at the bottom of the city. Like, it's all the way deep underground. So your monasteries and whatnot, they're very, very deep underground. So usually people don't really go there unless they're A, looking for some sort of religion, or B, want to be a monk.
Yeah, I'm actually an atheist monk, but I say that I believe in the doctrine to get the martial arts.
Sure. So yeah, so you find yourself... You just made your way up into the top part of the city. And, I mean, you haven't been up here in quite a while because you've been training martial arts for quite some time. So it's a little new to you. But so what do you want to do right now that you've just kind of stumbled back into town?
Well, I've got our dojo's idol wrapped up in a cloth in my vest, of course, right?
Sure.
I want to secure that somewhere safe.
Okay.
I have like a little shanty hut.
Not up here on the top. I mean, you're way down below.
Oh, I've come up to the top.
Yeah, you've come up to the top level.
Okay, well, I guess I need to find someone who knows how to investigate these kind of things.
Okay. You seem roll in intelligence or wisdom.
I'll go with wisdom.
Okay.
14.
You seem to recall that before you came down that there were private investigators. There's also cops, and they do drive simple vehicles. They're not like full-on cars, but like mechanized carts.
Yeah, I guess I would go to the police first because they're supposed to do that kind of thing.
Okay, so you probably don't know off the top of your head where the closest police station is, but there are people. Not a lot of people, but there are a few people wandering the streets that you might be able to.
All right, I'll try to look for like the friendliest person.
Okay, we'll just do charisma.
14.
Okay, so you walk up to the first person that doesn't look like it's some sort of drug addict or violent psychopath, something like that. And it's an older woman, and she's like,
Yes?
Excuse me, miss?
What can I do for you?
Where are the police?
The police?
I need to report a crime.
Well, I mean, you don't know where the police are?
No, I'm not from around here.
Oh, that is so sad. What do you got to give me for that information?
She licks her chops.
I won't punch you.
Well, I'd never. The police, if you go down this street 4 blocks, and then take a left 1 block, and then take a right 2 blocks, you'll find the police station.
That was a lot of information.
Yep. See you, bye.
I trip her.
Oh, my hip!
And I go the blocks that she said.
Wisdom or intelligence to see if you can remember all those directions.
20.
Yep, you remember. So you eventually make your way down these streets. It's kind of weird. It's not raining, but it seems very not musty, but like wet. There's like a false weather like inside, so they do have some misty rain type thing falling, like drizzle. It's a little foggy and whatnot.
I hate it when it drizzles.
Exactly. So you make it to the police station, and it's a pretty rundown police station, but it does say Massive City, main police headquarters on the front door.
All right. I walk in.
So when you go in the front, there's it's like a lot of hustle and bustle of cops like taking, various degenerate-looking people around. There's a big front desk with a guy sitting behind the desk just kind of going through paperwork, that sort of thing. Stereotypical, like, cop scene from, like, RoboCop, for instance.
Is there a bell?
No, there's not a bell.
All right.
You just walk up
I walk up to the desk.
Okay.
Do they look up?
No, he hasn't looked up. He just keeps scribbling in his thing.
All right. I mime the sound of a bell and act like I'm
Performance.
13.
Okay. So
ding, 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 ding.
The guy, like, he's just, and then looks up slowly, and he says, "Yes."
I'm here to report a crime.
What sort of crime?
Murder.
Murder?
Murder.
Where? Who?
A murder at the monastery.
Oh. You just have a seat over there. We'll get to you eventually. And then he, like, points over to, like...
My friends are dead.
Yeah, no, hey, every issue is important to us.
Don't you think, like, the sooner we get on it...
No, yep, go sit. Everything has its order. You get over there in the seats.
I try to persuade with a 5.
Nope.
I guess I'll take a seat.
Everything has its place as he points towards the waiting room chairs.
All right. I guess I'll go meditate in the chair.
Okay. About 4 hours go by, and nobody has talked to you yet.
I'm just there going...
At one point, so eventually they sit a criminal down in the chair next to you. He's cuffed or whatever, and they basically go back to the front desk to talk. And you're just doing that, whatever. And the criminal...
Throat singing.
Yeah, he's just like,
Oi! The fuck are you making that noise for?
Your mama?
Immediately takes a swing at you.
He's cuffed.
Yeah, he can fucking swing at you with his cuffed hands. He can't
Okay.
just punch. It's just more like a double tomahawk kind of thing. What's your AC?
18?
Yeah, he's not going to hit.
I block it.
He's just, you block it with your fist. Retaliation of any type, or you're just like, no.
Your mama's so fat.
He then just tries to grapple you at that point. So strength check.
Or dex, yeah. You got a 6.
He got a 7. So he's
Nice.
wrapped around you like a big old wet blanket sort of thing, and he's like trying to squeeze you and basically throw you off of the chair. At that point, when you make that noise, the officer that he's like, "Oh, what the hell?" and comes over and they pull you apart. And then another criminal on the opposite chair says,
That guy started it right there. That cloth weird looking guy. I saw the whole thing.
Guys, I'm here to report a crime, and these guys are criminals. He attacked me.
"Persuasion?"
18.
Oh, you actually lose that persuasion check. They believe the criminal.
The criminal rolled really high? On deception?
You know,
Weird.
So, the cop goes, okay, we'll get this whole thing sorted out. And they take that guy to a different place, and they take you to, like, a interrogation room of sorts. And they just plop you in the chair, and they say, somebody will be with you shortly.
Finally.
And leaves. No more than, I would say, a couple minutes after that, a guy walks in, brown leather trench coat, brown fedora. He comes in, and he sits down, and he goes... I apologize for the way you've been treated. My name is Franklin Sandcastle. I'm the detective here at the precinct.
Thanks, Franklin.
Sure. Can you tell me what happened out there in the waiting room?
Oh, I was meditating. Because
he pulls out a little notepad out of his, like, what's that called? Chest pocket of sorts. Starts scribbling notes.
And the cuffed guy sat next to me and told me to shut up. And I kindly told him to mind his own business.
Okay.
And then he attacked me.
Okay, so he's going to roll an insight to see if you're lying. He doesn't think you're lying. He's pretty sure that you're cool or whatever. He goes, okay, I believe you. What's your name, sir?
My name's Russell. Russell Burton.
Russell Burton. Okay.
I'm here to report a murder, actually.
A murder?
Well, actually, like 7 murders.
7 murders. And nobody thought this was worth...
I asked the front desk. They made me wait like 4 hours.
It doesn't surprise me. He immediately reaches across the table and undoes your cuffs, and then basically puts them in his pocket, and then says, I'm going to help you out here, if you're all right with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I'm here.
Can you give me any information about the guy or guys that did this?
That's the... I don't know. Like,
You didn't see it or anything?
I was off in one of the mushroom farm trees meditating.
Okay.
And I came back to my dojo
Okay.
to report my insight, and everyone was dead.
So how
my master
Mm-hmm.
and all the other students.
So you have any sort of clues or evidence or anything at all?
Our master had a mysterious past.
What was his name?
David Pan.
David Pan. I seem to recall a guy. He loved chicks with green eyes, right? Or something like that. Oh, yep.
Yeah.
I know David Pan. Low Pan, I think, is what his friends called him.
No, High Pan.
High Pan. Ah, David High Pan. Yeah. So he says, okay. Is there any other information you can give me? How do you know the perpetrators are up in these parts?
Well, it wasn't anybody around us, because...
Could it have been another jealous dojo or a rival dojo or anything?
No, we were pretty cool with everybody.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's not a ton to go off of, but I might know a guy who can help us out.
Okay, that'd be cool.
I'll give him a call, and we'll have to meet at his normal location.
Yeah.
Do
you have any food?
Where we're going, there'll be food.
Oh, great. Yeah.
Guaranteed we'll have a little bit of time to eat. So
lovely.
I'm going to sneak you out the back a little bit because I want to avoid paperwork if at all possible.
I hate writing.
Hate paperwork. So I'm going to sneak you out the back. We'll get in my, it's not really a cruiser, it's more of a cart, but we'll head downtown. We'll meet this guy.
Nice.
All right. So the next scene in our story takes place in a seedy little dive bar called Broken Dreams. It's frequented by our next character. He sits at the bar in a gray leather trench coat, smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
With a fedora.
Yeah.
Sitting at the bar, sipping on a whiskey. As he sits there, the bartender's, cleaning the glass. He says, "How you doing tonight, Dashel?"
I'm doing as best as I can in this underbelly of the underbelly we call home.
He says, "Yeah, that sounds about right." So, Austin, I'd like you to introduce yourself and your character real fast.
This is Austin, and I'll be playing Dashiell Valentine, Private Eye.
Okay.
He was born to a single mother in one of the poor districts, and he was always good at finding things, and so eventually he just took that up as his job. Okay. He never really worked with law enforcement, but he's worked with, he was never a member of it, but he's worked with them in the past, and so he's got some contacts there.
Okay. Well, you mainly have one contact.
Yep.
Franklin Sandcastle. He's your main contact. You guys have... Basically, you were in the academy together, but you didn't like the way that whole sort of organization was run, so you bailed out, and you kind of do...
My boy, Frankie, he stayed in.
That's right. But you guys keep in contact pretty frequently. He's like your brother from another mother of sorts.
Yeah. We both grew up in the same little block.
Yep. Same area.
Yeah.
So as you're sitting there sipping your drink, you hear the door creak open in the background. And you hear like a couple hushed whispers in the people around you.
Okay.
And that's usually a pretty good sign to you that old Frankie's back in town. So you turn around to look, and then comes Frankie Sandcastle, who tips his fedora at you. He's wearing a brown trench coat.
Okay.
And with him is a strange-looking fellow.
Okay.
Intelligence check.
All right. I got an 18.
You recognize this to be one of the monks from the area down below the city. So, just so you're aware, because I've already told this to Tristan, everyone who's religious or monks or monasteries, anything like that, they basically put them way below the city.
They're just
like way down deep.
I thought I was living in the depths of sadness and must. Turns out some have it worse.
It's actually pretty nice. We don't use currency. We all work together.
Interrupt my monologue.
So in comes Frankie Sandcastle. In with
Frankie,
this fella.
I make a nod at the barkeep. Motion of the whiskey for Frankie.
He says, "You're always too good to me, Dashel. Ever since we were kids.
Gotta look out for those who look out for you.
Dashel, I don't know if you're busy, but I've got a job for you. An interesting case."
Well, they all happen to be interesting to somebody.
Well, that's true, but this one's got very few information, and I know if I need to find somebody who needs to find something, I come to you.
I'm your guy.
So he introduces you to Russell Burton here.
Russell.
Hi.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
All right.
I've drank before.
I'll do an insight check on that. I don't.
All the time.
So Frankie sort
This guy drinks.
Frankie sort of switches seats with Russell, and he lights up a cigarette at the bar, and he says, "Russell, tell him your tale."
My dojo master, David Hypan, was murdered along with 7 other students that I discovered their bodies in the dojo after I was meditating in the mushroom forest.
And there's no witnesses, no evidence.
And they didn't take anything that I think I'm aware of.
Dashel gives Russell the one-over. Definitely an interesting tale.
I thought you might think so.
This one could be very, very profitable. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Insight.
So you're sure nothing was taken?
Yeah, nothing. No, we have lots of artifacts.
All right, I got
And
a
they were all
23.
there.
23 on my insight.
He's leaving out the particular artifact. He might not know exactly what it is, but he's leaving out exactly that it's like an artifact of value.
Okay.
But when you guys are talking about the artifacts, Franklin, or Frankie, says, "I bet there's only a few fences in town that'll deal in that kind of merchandise.
I think I know exactly where to go.
So lead the way."
All right. Well, barkeep, add it to my tab.
Frankie turns around and tosses him a few coins. He's just like, "That's to pay for that tab."
I never pay my tab.
Exactly. Frankie's like, "If there's anything I can always count on, it's you having a tab here at the bar."
Same bar. They don't even have tabs. They don't keep them. And he's just like, whatever.
I know Frankie's just going to pay eventually.
That's why I keep him around. Him with his cushy office job and steady pay and health insurance.
I wouldn't call it
Yeah, we grow
cushy.
kush down in the monastery too.
Different kind of cushy.
So
All right.
what's the name of the fence that we're going to? Dasher?
We're going to Bart Simmons.
Bert Simmons.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bart Simmons.
What's the name of his, wait, Bert Simmons, that sounds familiar. What's the name of his shop?
Bert's Spider Emporium
and
and fancy things.
Is it, Feeling Lucky? Is that what that is?
I think so. Before he was at Simmons, Simmons, and Simmons.
Oh,
Peddlers at Raw.
Fair
But ever since they had the health code violations, he started working at Feeling Lucky.
Okay.
You're right.
So, I don't know if you have a, well, they don't, so this world doesn't have automobiles to speak of. It's more mechanized carts.
Okay.
So like steam
Alright.
locomotive cart type thing.
All
They're not on
right.
tracks or anything.
Let's
but-
hail down a cart.
Well, I have my cart.
Oh, your police
Police
cart.
cart.
Yeah. I got my police cart.
Is
So
this
you
like
go-
the Donkey Kong like cart?
Kinda?
Okay.
Kinda?
Except his has lights on it.
And more gears.
no
steam,
windows.
No windows. It's all open on the top.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a crank lever.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, he gets in it and just cranks it real fast. And then...
Okay.
So you, after a few minutes, you pull up to the Feeling Lucky store.
Okay.
And he goes, "Well, Dash, how do you want to handle this one?"
Well, I don't know exactly what we're looking for. Russell, you probably have a passable idea.
Yeah, I could try to pawn this. Hold out a idol from my monastery, and maybe he's seen something like it, and then we can get him.
Well, I mean, possibly not the violent interaction that you're looking for. I thought monks were supposed to be peaceful.
Well, I've met a few rough customers in my day that said they were quote-unquote monks.
The monasteries will take anyone these days. Frankie, I think you can leave it up to me and Russell here.
I'll be back up at the door.
All right. We'll begin the investigation here.
Okay.
So I'll step out of the cart and...
Okay. So you guys all go in the store.
Yep.
And inside the store, there's lots of random knickknacks and junk and things like that. And then there's a cage at the back.
Okay.
And there's like a desk with a cage. And then the small little fellow with big giant Coke bottle glasses and like 3 curly hairs on his head.
Good old Bert.
He's like, oh, customers. I love customers.
While you guys are walking in, Frankie basically just like puts his back up against the door and flips the sign to closed, and then just does that lean back on the wall thing.
Bert. Long time no see.
Oh, it's my good friend Dash. How you doing, Dash?
I'm terrible.
Oh, well.
Crippling depression and alcoholism are just sending me straight to the grave.
Same old Dash. What can I do for you?
We're here to inquire about a possible recent purchase you've completed.
He's like, I mean, I haven't had... You guys are the first people I've had in all day, honestly.
Insight.
Might have been yesterday.
15?
He's lying. Lying through his couple teeth that he has left.
Bert. I know you're not telling the truth.
When have I ever been dishonest with you, Dash?
All of the time.
That's a good point, yeah.
I don't think you've ever actually been honest with me, except for that one moment right now where you're accepting the fact that you're never honest with me.
That's fair. I mean, what do you want from me? I mean, sure, I've had customers in today. I mean, I don't know what you what do you want from me?
Well, we're looking for something that possibly looks like this. And I point at Russell and the thing he's holding up.
I mean, sure, I've seen things like that all the time.
And he pulls up like an old weathered like garden gnome looking thing. He's like this?
That
looks nothing like it.
False.
What? It's
No.
like the same size and kind of shape.
Are you
Maybe like a scroll? Or...
Are you wearing the wrong glasses again, Bert?
Scroll? No one's gonna want paper. I mean, it just goes away in a couple years or whatever. No one wants that.
13 to investigation to see if there's anything he's trying to, like, keep the attention away from.
You heard like a almost like something sliding on the floor.
Mm-hmm. All right,
I would
going
say
to
your right.
to my right.
Yeah.
Something sliding on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pull out my Bolt's pistol and put it on the counter. Bert, I'm gonna level with you here. You're gonna tell me what I need to know, or I'm gonna shoot you.
He goes, now,
He puts his hands like off to the sides and he goes,
now, Dash, there's no reason that we need to be like violent or anything like that.
and you hear a click, and at that point you hear like this like zip past your head and basically shoots
Frankie?
Bert.
Bert. Okay.
Shoots Bert in the shoulder. And then you kind of turn around and there's Frankie with his bolt pistol out. He's going for the shotgun under the desk. You gotta be careful, Dash.
Hey.
And then he goes, whoosh, like puts it back in his
Thanks,
holster.
Frankie. Sometimes I forget about the shotgun.
And Bert, by this time, has fallen off of the stool that he's sitting on.
He's just like, you fucker, you shot me!
I'm sure someone will pawn you some medical supplies at some point.
You just hear it in the back.
So are you gonna start talking, or are you gonna start dying?
Bert then just turns and starts to like try and run away, basically.
Yeah, no. So is there like a gate or something, like a door?
There is a door, but it's locked.
I'm gonna...
Like it has like a lock on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hop the counter.
It's got a fence.
Oh.
It's like a caged, like a pawn.
Oh, but he got shot though, right? Oh, there's already a cage there. Okay.
It's a mesh cage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dash over to the door.
Okay.
Pull out my crowbar and then try and strength check it open.
Strength.
I got a 10.
You're prying. You're hearing some creaking noises, but you don't seem to hear anything.
Okay.
Now you hear another pew, and you just see another bolt from Frankie shoot off to the side. He's like, "Damn it!" And meanwhile, that guy's starting to get away.
Can I do a flying kick to the mesh? Yeah.
To the mesh or to the door?
The door.
Okay.
16?
Sure. What kind of flying kick are you doing? Describe this flying kick to me.
I like get a 3-step running start and spin in the air like a spinning roundhouse.
Like a hurricane
Or
kick?
spinning side kick.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah, like that.
So when you do that, you smash the door and basically it flies open, hitting the back wall.
Now I go get that fucker.
Okay. Athletics?
Yeah, I'm going after him too.
Athletics?
19.
18.
You reach him just as he gets to the back door. He's like starting to open it.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I kick him in the knee.
Roll.
And I'm going to step in front and block the door with my foot.
Crit fail.
And he's dead.
You were 1 percentage point from something really bad happening.
Mm-hmm.
So what did you try to do? Kick him?
I tried to kick him in the knee.
Okay. So you instead miss and you whiff and basically hit the wall and you just break your big toe.
Ah!
You hear like a loud pop noise, Dashel. But
Yeah.
you're between Bert and the
door.
The door.
Yeah. So I'm going to put the gun away.
Okay.
Pull out my baton. So I flick it open and rest it right on his shoulder. All right, Bert.
Which shoulder?
The one that got shot.
Okay. He's like, ah!
So it seems you're not wanting to talk.
I mean, you don't know these guys, man. They're crazy.
Well, you know me, Bert,
Yeah, that's a good point.
and I've been drinking.
You know what? Fuck it. If anything, they'll just kill you, and then I won't have to deal with you anymore.
True.
So he's like,
Can I go get the thing that you're looking for?
Yeah.
It's on the shelf. It's like right there.
Insight.
What is it?
17.
where he's pointing does have something that looks like the item you're looking for, Russell, but you also see a weapon that's like right next to it.
I'll just go get it for him.
Okay.
Because I see
And
it.
he's just
I
like,
recognize it from the
Yeah.
dojo.
Mr. Burton, go ahead and get it. This...
So you go over there, and there's a scroll
Yes.
with a fancy-looking dragon logo on it, and 2 green crystalline ends.
Mm-hmm. This is it.
That's what we're looking for.
Oh, well, I mean, since I'll give it to you half price.
How about you give it to us now?
All right, take the goddamn scroll.
All right.
Get it out of my store.
This
Who
time...
sold it to you?
Oh. I mean, you really want to know who that is? I mean,
That's why I'm here.
It was nobody. It's...
I'm going to press the baton into the gun wound.
Ah!
Talking.
Says, fine. It's the Griffin Gang.
Griffin Gang.
Who's that?
It's 4 brothers, and they basically rob places and steal stuff and pawn it off to me all the time.
What a bunch of jerks.
Well, I gotta make a living in this town. Right, Dash?
Yeah, it's true. But some of us more honest of a living than others. Frankie, think you can take Bert here. Well, got anything else to tell us? If you
Like
come
what?
clean and let us know where, possibly, if you know where they hide out, where they hunt,
Mm-hmm.
or really anything else pertinent,
Mhm.
maybe we'll just leave you here and won't take you down to the station.
Or kill you.
That as well.
So Bert's like,
Well, they're about 5 blocks away in an old abandoned shack of a house. They should be in there.
Should be.
But you'll be dead if you go in there. They're tough customers.
I've got no cares left in this world, so death would be a sweet release.
He says, now get the fuck out of my shop.
I want to punch him to knock him out.
yeah, sure, roll.
A 15?
Yeah, it hits.
And I'll do a bonus punch, because
Cha-cha!
crit 20.
Yeah?
And this is all subtle damage, I guess.
Sure.
You can choose between the 2.
Okay.
Both 4s. Nice. So 8 and 12. So 20 subtle damage. Ka-ka-kong!
You basically double punch him in the face, and he flies about 5 feet and just slides on the floor, just completely knocked out, bleeding a little bit.
Perception check to look for old, really nice whiskey.
Sure, perception check.
20.
You see an old crate with a familiar logo on it. It's the logo of your favorite whiskey brand.
Old Pete's Pete Bog whiskey.
That's right.
Machine cleaner whiskey.
Just like they made in the good old days of today.
But if you open it up, there's only 1 bottle in it.
Well, I'll take it.
Okay.
I'm going to slide a hand into the cash register.
Sleight of hand.
Crit 20. With sleight of hand, that's a total of 27 for me.
Yeah, no, you got in there.
I take
And
all
you
the money I can
Take
grab.
all the money. I mean, do you have a problem with this, Dashel?
I don't.
I'm going to use
but
this money to pay you, because I'm broke otherwise.
That sounds better than not paying.
I mean, you could try and convince Frankie. I mean, he is a cop.
Frankie's looking the other way.
But you can convince him. Maybe he'll let you take the amount of money that you would just owe him instead of the entire cash.
This is how much do I owe you guys?
I'm a cop. You don't owe me any money.
How much do we owe Dashel?
Well, this is a simple job. I'll go for...
It's not simple yet.
Yeah?
So far.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking probably a 50 gold kind of job.
The best ones are always 50 gold. Just enough to keep me drunk and not enough to keep me sober.
Okay.
I pull out 50 and I try to pocket another 10 real
Okay,
quick.
so stealth real fast, I guess.
Sleight of hand? Because
I guess it's just me perceiving.
15.
Say, I botched, so yeah.
Nice.
Didn't see it at all. Just
Yep.
derp. Heads
All right,
on out
so
the door.
I got 50 gold.
Yep.
Yep.
And I got 10.
I'm going to drop 2 gold on Bert. I go, that's for the door, you little weasel.
He's passed out,
That's fine.
bleeding.
It's really just for me to know that I did that.
Fair. So you get back in the cart, and Frankie seems to know exactly the place he's talking about.
All right.
He's like, well, this could get ugly.
Ugly's my middle name.
It's also what you are.
I'm of moderate attractiveness.
So attraction
I've
is
come
all
to terms with this.
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
He says, fuck it, and cranks up his little police handcart and then just down the road to the... So it's basically a building all by itself. There's nothing directly next to it.
Okay.
There's an alleyway that goes the whole way around it. So basically it's open on all 4 sides that you can get to.
So they're going to see us coming.
Well, the windows are boarded up
Okay.
because it's a derelict house.
Yeah, okay.
Should we...
There's 2 stories.
Should we maybe park the cart somewhere else?
Like a little bit down the street.
And stealth in?
Yeah.
Sure.
Scout
So
out the area.
he basically drives about a half a block up,
Mhm.
and then you guys all come back. Now, when he drove around the building, you also see that there is a back door.
Okay.
So there's a front door, a back door, and all the windows are boarded up, and there's 2 stories.
Okay.
That's what you can see.
Maybe I could disguise myself as some sort of door-to-door mushroom salesman, and then you can go in the back.
This sounds like an appropriate plan. Frankie.
I'll cover the side.
All right.
If I hear any trouble, I'll just bust in the board and just start shooting.
That sounds like an appropriate amount of force for a police officer.
That's right.
I guess I'll search together a few mushrooms and put them in a bag.
Sure.
And I'm going to crit 20 stealth
Okay.
around the building.
So you're stealth
the
around
back
the
Is
door.
that like survival?
Yeah.
All right, I got my modifier is 16.
You find 3 mushrooms.
All right. I guess I don't really have a bag, so I'll use one of my socks.
Any of the the sack that you were carrying, or the little satchel that you were carrying the idol in,
Okay, so I'll put the idol
you can leave
and
it
the
in the
scroll
car.
in my. Yeah, I'll leave them in the cop car
Yeah.
in the compartment,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be holding the mushrooms.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and knock on the front door.
Okay. So when you knock on the front door, and you can hear like faint laughing,
and I'll put like a shawl over myself so they can't see that I'm wearing monk clothes.
Okay. So when you step up to the door, you hear like laughing and things like that on the inside, and it sounds like glass breaking or whatever. And then when you knock on the door, it gets dead silent. Like 30 seconds passes, nothing.
Hello, I'm selling delicious mushrooms as a fundraiser.
What's your AC?
18.
All around you, basically, just
Oh, jeez.
just holes from like shots.
Well, I guess
pouring.
that, since I'm full cover, it's like +5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nothing hits you.
All right, so I hear that, and I'm going to try and open the door. Is it locked?
No, it's not locked.
All right, so I'm going to open the door, and with a 24, stealth my way into the building.
Sure. Let's see if anybody noticed. I highly doubt it, but you never know. Nope.
All right.
2 botches.
Oh.
So they have no clue. They're pretty focused
Tunnel
on that
visioning the
front
front
door.
door.
Yep. Like, did we get him? I don't know. Someone check.
I'm gonna hide around the side and with my sword and a punch ready.
Frankie is stealthily kind of pulling off boards off the window, which he is. No one fucking hears Frankie.
All right,
Like,
all
he's
right.
super stealthy. And he's starting to like hold up his pistol towards the door, like looking in, or not the door, but the window to look in. So, initiative.
All right. I got a 12.
I got a 14 with my +9.
Oh, wow.
So, the bad guys are going to go first.
Okay.
So, they're going to walk up to the door. And
All of them or just one of them?
one of them right now. The other three are aiming their guns at the door. And the one guy pushes the door open and looks out.
Hiding against the side?
So, he's going to try and perceive with a crit 20.
Yeah, that beats my 10.
Yeah. So he sees you right there. He's like, "What the fuck you want, man?
I'm trying to sell mushrooms to fundraise my school.
Get your fucking mushrooms out of here. We're going to blow your fucking head off."
I don't want that.
And then he immediately points the gun in that general direction. Misses, but just shoots at the ground near you. Pew! Then the other two guys, or the other three guys, I should say, everybody like, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here, man!"
Okay.
And then it'll be Russell.
I say, okay, and I stab him.
You stab him. So you run up to him and stab him?
I mean, I'm just like right outside the door.
Oh, you're right outside the door. Oh, okay.
I got a 19 to hit,
Yeah, it's going to hit.
and I'm also punching him with
Stab punch.
a crit for my punch.
Okay.
Good old stab punch. Give him the 1-2 for 15 damage.
He's dead. You basically stab him in the throat and then punch him in the face. And he like spins back in the doorway, just and just flops over like,
And then I hit the deck.
and then they
I
just
hit the deck to the other side of the wall.
they put their guns back up towards the doorway. They're not going to fire because it's not their turn, but then it will be Dashel.
All right. I will, with an 18, stealth up behind one of them.
Okay.
And then I will...
Nope, doesn't hear you.
Okay. I will
guess the other two
attack
should go too.
one of them with my baton.
Nobody. Okay.
And that is a 14.
He's going to hit.
And then with my crossbow expert feat,
Mm-hmm.
I get a bonus action to, when I attack with a one-handed weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I can crossbow another one of them.
Okay.
or
So
a pistol.
yeah, my pistol. That'll be a 13.
Hits.
Okay. So the baton attack is the one I stealth behind.
Mm-hmm.
That is going to deal 6 damage.
Okay.
And then the pistol,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to shoot another one. Pow!
Mm-hmm.
Pew! And it's going to be 7 damage.
All right. Then it'll be Frankie's turn, who's going to pop off a couple shots at the...
Don't forget to leave one of them alive.
He's going to hit both.
Focus fire, Frankie.
Well, yeah, he's shooting literally both the same guys that he beamed and whatnot. They're both dead. He literally just pop, hits them both in the head.
It hit the part of the head that makes the head explode?
Head explode, yep.
Yeah, okay.
Just nothing but neck and down. Just
So there's one guy left?
yeah, one guy, and he's like completely freaked the fuck out at this point. And Frankie's like, "Freeze, motherfucker!"
Yeah, this is the police.
And
I
that
say.
that guy, he's gonna try and intimidate the guy. So let's see here. Yeah, so the criminal, Frankie intimidates the criminal, and the criminal basically just drops to his knees and puts his hands above his head. And like pisses himself.
I shout, "You should have bought my mushrooms! Why didn't you buy my mushrooms?"
I'm going to go over and kick his gun away from him.
Okay.
So he doesn't have any weapons.
Frank tosses you the handcuffs that are in his pocket.
All right, I'll cuff him.
Okay.
All right.
Why'd you kill David, man?
We heard he had some good stuff, okay?
Who told you that?
David Highpan was my friend.
We just heard it from like a tradesman.
Who?
Bert. Bert told us you can find some good stuff down there, so we thought we'd go down and, get a good score.
Guess we'll insight that one. I got a 12.
I got a 21.
He's telling the truth.
Okay. Well.
Let's go kill Bert.
Typical Bert, inciting violence for profit.
Do you know who told him?
No.
Well, I guess this guy's useless to us.
Frank says that we're gonna take him in downtown.
You gotta play
for
come
questioning.
On, this is terrible police work. Frank, come on.
What?
Make him think he's gonna die, and maybe he'll spill something else.
Well,
What else is there for him to
Frankie
spill?
and Russell are literally saying these things. Criminal's like, what the Jesus
No, you
Christ.
gotta tell him.
You gotta tell him he's gonna die, or he's not gonna tell us anything.
You take one of the other guys that he doesn't know is dead yet, and you put him outside, and you pretend like you're talking to him. You shoot him in the head, and he tells you everything he wants to know. I've seen Untouchables.
You throw him out of a plane after shooting him.
Double dead.
The Bane method.
Do a wisdom check.
All right. That is a 20. Not natural.
You are pretty sure that this idiot, like, criminal probably has nothing left to give you information-wise. Like, they're pretty low-level crime guys. They're not part of, like, a syndicate or anything like that. So probably they just hear stuff from Bert. They go and do it to try and get money so that they can do whatever the fuck stupid shit
How
they
did
do.
Bert know David?
We don't know. We just asked for a score.
Yeah!
Is that what you're doing?
You're gonna punch him.
Oh, you're just gonna punch him? Okay.
Yeah.
To try and kill him, or
No.
okay?
You'll 5 punchy.
Okay. So you punch him in the face.
He's like, "Ow! I've told you everything I know. What do you want from
My
me?"
friends are dead. I want my friends back, you
wouldn't
son of a
give
bitch.
They wouldn't give us the stuff. We said, just give it to us, and they wouldn't. So we fucking shot them. What do you want from us?
Well, I want you to rot in jail for the rest of your life.
Frankie's like, taken care of.
All right. Frankie, I think you can go ahead and close this case of the Griffin brothers.
Shouldn't we go get Bert?
Bert?
Well, yes.
He's probably still knocked out.
Probably not. I think he's probably escaped.
Frankie goes, well, this is my favorite part of the job. Not enough room in the car, so we drag him behind us. He gives him like a flak jacket, so it's a little sturdier, but yeah, literally. And the cart doesn't go that fast.
Standard Frankie.
So just drive him through the streets, just... watch out for that bump back there. When you get to Bert's store, he's still passed out.
Yes.
So Frankie just goes,
Punched him so
cuffs
hard.
him, and then also
and
drags. It's
tethers him behind the
it's
other.
like just married.
But it's
cans,
people.
but it's people. Yeah, it's people. So he takes him back to the station, and are you guys all going into the station together? Or?
Yep.
I'm gonna grab my stuff out of the station box.
Okay. Yeah, so Frankie does say, like, give this guy back his stuff. He goes up to the front desk and says, take these 2 in for booking. Wanted for murder, theft, and a whole list of other things.
Conspiracy for theft,
right.
breaking and entering, larceny, arsony, farsony.
That's right.
Moida.
And they go, oh, okay. Good going, Frankie. He's just like, it wasn't all me. It's also Dash here. And they're like, whatever, fuck Dash.
I'm gonna...
And I helped.
And this weirdo, we don't care about him either. And Frankie just shakes his head.
He's got a sock full of mushrooms.
I do like a couple, like a triple punch in the air. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh.
So you're like Mac.
Like Mac, but like I actually know karate.
Okay. So yeah, everyone just kind of looks, and then they just turn and go back to their business.
All right,
Frankie turns to you guys, and he says, Dash, it's always a pleasure working with you.
Always is. Case closed.
Wondering if I could ask you 2 boys a favor. You seem like you're... Well, I know Dash is good in a pinch, but Russell, you seem like you're pretty handy as well.
I use my hands.
Dash, are you familiar with the new air ducts that just went in last month?
I've heard something about it. I don't really breathe air as I smoke a cigarette.
Oh,
it's
old
bad
Dash.
for you. Gives you cancer.
So I was wondering if maybe you boys could do a little work for me.
Is this on the table, over the table, under
It's
the
under the
table,
table.
made of the table?
It's the table and everything underneath of it.
Alrighty.
Meet me at the air ducts tomorrow night, 9 p.m.
Oh, I can... Sure thing, Frankie.
You in, Russell?
Yeah.
Okay. He says, you boys have a good one.
All right.
While we're walking out, I turn over to Dashel. I'm like, so I guess all that stuff's just sitting in Bert's place, huh?
I'm pretty sure at this point it's going to be evidence.
Yeah. I mean, High Pan always said not to waste anything that you've come across in the mushroom forest. So that's kind of the same thing.
I take your meaning, but I'll be going back home and to the bar.
Same bar we were at before?
That's the one.
All right, I'll meet you there in a minute.
All right.
Let's take a break.
This episode is brought to you in part by patreon.com/botchedpodcast. By donating to the show, you get access to all kinds of sweet fucking bonus content. Enjoy the show.
And we're back. All right, so the next scene that we're going to pick up with takes place in a dark house. There's no lights on right now. Very quiet. And sneaking through the house are 3 individuals. And the first one we're going to pick up with is...
Dirk Gentlemanly. This is John.
Who's Dirk Gentlemanly?
Dirk Gentlemanly is a Lightfoot halfling thief.
Okay. So you are sneaking through the house currently with 2 humans.
So noisy.
So yeah, so you do what you want with that scenario. Basically,
Okay.
you're robbing this house, but...
Okay.
Okay.
Good roll perception to see if I can find anything worth taking.
Okay. The other 2 guys don't see anything either.
I got to 7.
You could see a table, like a dining room table, because it's so big in the dark house, but you can't see anything else of value that you notice.
Oh, okay.
And the other 2 guys are like, "Come on, Dirk, we thought you were supposed to be this big master thief." Emphasis on big. Guess he's a gnome. Shut up. Oh, sorry.
Not a gnome, you twat.
Or halfling, that's right.
I'm a half man.
Half man, whatever. Just find the fucking merchandise for the boss.
Well, I would be better at stealing if I hadn't stolen both your wives last night.
And they're like, comments like that will get you fucked up, Dirk, okay? We will not take that from a half man.
Yeah, well, I like being fucked up. It's about half all I do.
They're
Do
managing
you want me to roll a stealth?
Sure.
Just for the sake of rolling a stealth? Damn.
What you get?
10.
It's not too loud in the completely dark house. You just make the floorboard creak slightly.
Okay.
That's it. Roll quick.
Doesn't seem to be anything in the dining room, so keep moving through the house.
Okay. I'm going to have them do stealth checks. They're fine.
You want another one from me?
Sure.
Use a different die this
You guys
time.
are splitting up a little bit at this point.
Yeah.
Those 2 guys stay pretty close to each other.
That's a little better. You got 16.
Okay, so you're stealth. They're looking around. They're just kind of taking anything that looks even remotely shiny or
Okay.
anything and just throwing it in a sack.
That's fine.
What are you doing while you're looking through this house? This is supposed to be a really big score, by the way.
I was gonna
The boss... so as a halfling in this underground city, basically what happened was 40 years after...
How did I get here?
So 40 years after the incident is where this is currently taking place, but right after the incident, basically they opened the city gates and they let peoples in. Not that many people decided to go into the underground city, because what?
Who would?
But your family did go in there, and typically since it's like 90% humans,
Mhm.
they're pretty racist towards everyone else, so you've kind of
That
had
makes sense.
a tough time of things.
Yeah.
You started out as like a street urchin type thing, and you sort of been making your way up in the crime world in terms of thievery.
Okay. I imagine both my parents were dead.
Yeah, by now, yeah, they're both dead. Not long after you
It's a shame.
were brought into this world.
Brutally murdered.
Yep.
Hate crime.
Yep.
Fucking humans.
So you've been working your way up, and finally the big family in town decided to give you a shot. You've been basically just doing job after job after job, trying to, make your way into their good graces, and they finally give you this shot. Okay, there's this rich guy, this rich family.
Mhm.
Get in there. If you make a certain amount of coin off of that, they'll let you in.
Okay.
Basically.
Do I know anything about this house going into it? They give me any information, like floor plan, whether or not anybody's going to be home,
We'll
comings
do
and goings.
intelligence or wisdom.
They're both the same. I got to 7.
Okay, you don't know anything about this house. This is the one time you didn't do research before you act, or you did do research. You just don't remember any of it.
I was drunk researching.
That's right. Drunk history. You watched that drunk history special, and it was just not helpful at all.
I love you, Lin-Manuel.
So, what do you? You could do another perception check to try and find something of value. Currently, you haven't found anything.
Okay, so
it's worth your time.
Currently, I've been into a dining room,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it, right?
Yep.
I'll keep moving through this floor of the house, see if I can find anything of value.
Okay. Perception.
That's gonna be an 18.
Okay. So you find a cabinet of real silverware.
Okay.
Lots of that. And chests of silver and gold plate, like gold objects, things like that. It's like little trinkets that are golden in nature. So this is a pretty good find right here. You're not quite sure if it's enough yet, but it's a good start.
Okay. I'm gonna try.
There is one more floor.
Yeah.
Of the house to go to.
I'm gonna take what seems to be the most valuable that's going to make the least amount of noise. As
Okay.
far as like the little gold trinkets and things.
Uh,
I imagine a sack full of silverware is going to be a little loud.
yeah, if you take like a little chest box and you stuff some of that other stuff in there so it's crammed tight,
Mm-hmm.
then it might not make so much noise.
Okay. I'll go ahead and prepare that and
Okay.
just leave it ready to take on the way out.
Okay.
Do you want any kind of check for that?
Not yet.
Okay.
So you've just put it in a place for safekeeping until you're not carrying it
Carefully
with
taking silverware, put it in his chest.
Stealth.
Kind of cramming some stuff in there
you. Sure.
with an 11.
It makes some very light tinking noises as you put the silverware and things in there, but it's not overly loud.
Okay.
And again, the other two guys are just like, "Can you fucking keep it down over there? We're trying to fucking steal." Jesus Christ.
Okay.
So what do you do?
I'm not going to say anything back.
Okay. So they say,
They're beneath me.
"Dirk, fucking go upstairs."
Mr. Gentlemanly, if you please.
Whatever. No one cares.
All right, so I'll try and go upstairs.
Okay. Just so you know, the only room upstairs other than a bathroom is the sleeping quarters, but there are two people currently sleeping in it, so your stealth checks
Okay.
are pretty much going to have to be on
Yeah.
point. So you're going to stealth your way up into the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so stealth check.
With 19.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear anything, so you just hear the like little...
Okay. This is a bathroom and a bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to gently check and see if the door is locked. To the bedroom.
It's not.
Okay.
It's not locked.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cracked open, if anything.
Okay. Gently tell everyone else to shut the fuck up.
So you make your way up into the bedroom. The
Okay.
door is cracked ajar a little bit.
I'm just going to peek inside, see if I see anything before I
Sure.
open the door.
Sure.
15 perception.
You see an armoire. You see multiple dressers. You see a closet. You see a bed. There's a nightstand with a pretty large mirror on it and shelves of a desk.
Okay. Gently push open the door.
Okay, stealth.
The 20.
Yeah, so that's gonna just not make any noise whatsoever. Yep. Just you're lucky, by the way. Like I'm rolling really high on these fucking checks, but nothing.
No,
nothing to
sleeping
worry
people could
about.
perceive.
It doesn't even make a noise. Just pushes it all the way open. Not a sound.
Put chapstick on the hinges.
Okay. I don't know.
Keeps it from squeaking.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so the door's
An old,
open. now.
Old halfling trick.
So door's open.
Okay. Stealth my way in.
Okay.
A natural 1. Gets me to a 7 if it matters.
No, that doesn't matter at all. Okay, so that's that. So you literally, like, quiet as a church mouse, open the door, and then immediately fall face flat into the room, which causes the mirror on the end table or whatever to fall over and shatter, causing both of the people to pop up out of bed. Huh? What? What the fuck?
Okay.
So that's currently your predicament.
How far away from the bed am I?
I would say about 10 feet.
Okay. I'm going to quickly and quietly crawl under the bed
Okay, stealth.
with a 16.
Oh, so you're trying to beat... Okay, so never mind.
I'm trying to be stealthy.
You meet it, so you beat it, and you scurry under the bed.
Just hold my breath.
Yeah.
Watch for feet.
Yep. So both of the people get out on opposite sides of the bed, and they're like, the fuck? What? What happened? How'd the door open? Why'd the fucking mirror fall? Broken glass everywhere.
Don't clean it up. Don't clean it up. Leave it.
So, well, the woman goes over and starts to clean up the glass, and the guy starts to go towards the staircase to go out.
Okay.
So they're bumbling around downstairs, and they make noise, and he gets to the top of the stairs, and he goes, "Err," and then you hear him say, "Who's in my fucking house?" And then you just hear like you hear a pop noise, and then you hear this, and then you hear her scream, and then say, "Jerry!" Runs over to the stairs, and again you hear pop, and again down the stairs, and then it's quiet.
I'm going to wait and see if they make their way downstairs.
Who?
The couple? Or...
That's what the thing was.
Okay.
Them falling down the stairs because they got shot.
Well, in that case, roll up from under the bed.
Okay.
See what I can grab.
Okay.
With a natural 20.
So you can grab, there's a box of really expensive jewelry.
Grab it.
And there's also a box, like a ornamental box, long box.
Okay.
So those are the two things that are easily grabbable. One arm, like one hand each, basically.
Okay. Grab them both.
Okay.
Make my way out of the room.
Okay. At the bottom of the stairs are the two goons who are now arguing back and forth with one another about if they should have shot these people and they need to get the fuck out of here.
You fucking morons.
And they immediately turn their guns towards you. And they say, "Sorry, Dirk, but we need a fall guy."
It doesn't have to be me. Either one of you could be the fall guy.
They're brothers.
Brothers turn into each other all the
You
time.
can persuade if you want.
You know, this really isn't the way that was supposed to go down. You shot him, so it's one of you two who's gonna have to take the fall with 18 persuasion.
Okay. So they say, and they just fucking book it. They just leave. They just run away.
Okay.
They just run. Do a perception check.
23.
Yeah, you start to hear in the distance like.
Okay. Do some math in my head quick. I imagine I have a sack or something I can put these two objects into.
Yeah, at the bottom. Basically, you left the sack down with the silverware and the box of stuff that you stuffed.
Run down, stuff the sack. How much time do I got?
Intelligence?
How much time do I have? I don't have much time.
What'd you roll?
I got to it at 4.
You have all the time in the world, you think. You think it's some other thing. It could be going anywhere, really.
It's completely fine.
Yeah, they could be going anywhere.
I'm going to try and stabilize the two folks.
Okay.
Before I make my way out of here.
Okay.
So on the woman who was not supposed to be shot, got a 20 to stabilize her.
Okay.
Just plug the wounds with
silverware,
old socks, something. Man who wasn't supposed to be shot got to a 10.
All right, so the woman stabilizes.
Okay.
The 10 is a fail, right? Isn't stabilized? It's like the same as rolling a death save?
No. 10 is medicine check DC 10 to stabilize. They don't become conscious, but they're not dying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, you manage to
take a couple seconds, plug them up.
Yeah.
Grab the sack.
At that point, the door then bursts open.
Drop the sack.
And then there's the cops, and they're like, "Freeze!
Gentlemen!"
As you stand over two bloodied people with a bunch of stuff.
I think you may be seeing this all wrong. Here's the thing. I heard some noises. Got me, these are mine. I brought them. I bought, coming home from buying groceries. Heard some noises. Me being a concerned citizen and all. Came to the house. Saw two goons with guns. Shot these two poor folks. Just plugging them up. Grabbing my groceries. About to call you. Then you came in the door. God bless you came in the door. Perfect timing. Good on you.
Check. Or deception.
With a 20?
You know, 3 of the cops buy that story, but the 4th cop does not. And even the other 3 cops, they say, "Okay, even if your story checks out, we still got to take you downtown."
That was completely fine. Completely understand.
Sure. And then...
would you mind escorting me home to drop off my groceries on the way?
So they then look in the sack.
That's groceries.
Yeah. No, it's silverware and other things from the house.
Have you ever met a halfling?
You really want them to answer that question in a mostly racist town?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't met a halfling, and they're typically little thieves.
No, not thieves. Just having to find things sometimes.
In comes another cop. Do an intelligence check.
At 11.
Okay. You know this guy. This is actually one of the... you know him as Franklin Sandcastle. He's a...
Franklin!
Franklin's just
no?
Just real subtle, just...
That's what I say when I need to sneeze.
Yeah. Yeah. So Franklin says, "I'll take this guy downtown, don't worry." And they're like, "Are you sure?" "No, yeah, I got it. I'm on my way back from collaring a couple other perps, so I got this." And they're like, "Okay, well, we're going to take the rest of his stuff as evidence, and we've already called an ambulance to take care of these 2 folks."
Oh, they should be completely fine. Plug them up. No more bleeding.
And they're like, "What?"
"What?"
"Oh, okay." And then, so there are people there, like, writing notes and reports, and they're checking on the bodies or whatever. they're like, we got 2 live ones here. I'm like, oh, okay. So Franklin ushers you out to the car. You're still handcuffed. Like, he puts you in cuffs.
Yeah.
Because he has to.
Should be noted, I don't carry a weapon during a heist.
That's fine. So,
well, I carry a knife, but not a gun.
Okay. Well, he puts you in the back of his... so they don't have cars in this world. They have, like, little steampunky, like, carts. It's like carts with gears and steam coming out of them.
Okay.
But it's like a police one. So you have to crank the crank, and then it's just... and, like, takes you. So you're in the back seat. And you get about a block away, and he starts looking around. And he's like, Dirk, how many times do I have to tell you to not take jobs for the family?
Obviously, at least once more.
So
just big smile on my face in the back seat.
So Dirk, you know this guy to be basically he was the cop who investigated your family's murder.
Okay.
And you know him to be a pretty decent guy. Like, he found the guys that murdered your family. He made sure that they resisted arrest, so he had to kill them. But he killed those guys. But so he got justice for your family or whatever. And he's been trying to, help take care of you.
Like trying to be my mentor, but I'm not really into it.
Yeah, no. And you're still a street urchin, but he still like helps you out and like keeps you out of like. So basically, you would have been arrested and like gone to jail a long time ago. Yeah. But he keeps like, oh well, this, and like sort of steps in, kind of takes you under his wing, kind of thing, keeps you out of trouble. Okay. But in return, you give him information. Typically, you're like his informant. Yeah. But he still like tries to look out for you. Like he brings you food if you like your pickings are kind of slim. That keeps you up on your feet. Now you've been moving up in the criminal world, which she's not super happy about. Like he's been trying to.
And he definitely knows about it.
Yeah, no, he super knows about it. And he basically says, "Dirk, there's only so many times I can look the other way. I don't know what am I supposed to do here, Dirk? They found you with 2 bodies, and you got your arms filled with their stuff." Don't tell me the groceries bullshit. I know already.
Oh, all right, Frank. You can finger me on trying to steal their stuff. That's what I do on occasion. I occasionally am a starving artist and need to procure certain things to make sure that I'm fed.
Occasion?
Occasionally.
I know you've been trying to get into the O'Malley gang.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Frank.
Mm-hmm. You're not the only ears I got on the street, Dirk. They tell me things. I like to keep an eye on you. You know how I feel?
Thank you very much, Frank. You know, ever since my mom and pa died, you've really been like a father to me.
He's like, no. He like pauses for a second. He's like, no, not this again. This. No, I'm not gonna fall for it again. You giving this whole I'm your dad thing. No. Well, listen, we gotta draw a line here somewhere.
If you want to draw up charges for me stealing, that's fine. I'll take the rap. But you of all people should know, I don't kill anyone.
Tell me what happened, Dirk. Tell me what happened. What went wrong?
Oh, where to begin? There were those 2 fucking goons.
Which 2 goons?
Ethan and Alan.
Ethan and Alan O'Malley?
That could have been their name.
What happened?
So we were sent to scope out this joint, yeah? Mm-hmm. And take a few things. Mm-hmm. Make a bit of money. May or may not have been some sort of audition, something or other. Remember faintly something about that. Mm-hmm.
Skip to the part with the 2 bodies.
So, ransacking the house. Mm-hmm. Went upstairs to see if there's anything could have been worth something upstairs. Mm-hmm. Go into the room, quiet as a mouse. It's normal. And then all of a sudden, the mirror in the opposite side of the room just falls on the ground, crashes. Wakes these 2 folks up. I head under the bed. Don't want to be seen. Mm-hmm. And then the folks start going down the stairs and hear a couple of gunshots. And then Ethan and Alan were gone as soon as I went down. First I had to priorities. I had to put things I had taken into a sack. But afterward, I did make sure that these 2 nice, God-fearing, may or may not have been
Christian something or other.
Enough of the adjectives. Skip to the end of the story.
Plugged them up, making sure they weren't gonna die. As soon as I had left and gotten somewhere a little more safe, I was gonna call somebody and let them know that there had been a break-in and perhaps 2 people had been hurt.
He pulls the paddle car, if we'll call it. It's a very appropriate name, actually, the paddle car. Pulls it off to the side street and then down an alley. And then he says,
I don't like seeing people hurt.
I appreciate what you did for the people. But
Just trying to do my best.
I'm tired of you trying to join the O'Malley gang.
Well,
Did you at least...
maybe
okay.
I'll stop.
There's only one way I'm going to be able to let you out of this, and that's if you escaped.
What?
I'm going to need you to club me in the back of the head. And he takes your cuffs off.
I don't have a club.
It doesn't matter. Just punch me in the back of the head. But before we get to that, did you get the information that I wanted?
Which information was that?
On the boy. You know the one I'm talking about. Do you have the info for me?
Start going through pockets. Must have left him in my other pants, Frank.
You know, I'd be much more apt to let you go if you got that information for me right now.
Can I do an intelligence check to see if I had actually done that?
Yeah.
And
You did it. You did it.
And
It
remember
happened.
anything?
Sure.
I got a 19.
Yeah, no, you did it. Then you just remember that it's actually in the other pocket that you didn't look for.
Okay.
Like it's a little envelope. You've been carrying around with it.
Oh, you mean that envelope? Yeah. Pull it out. It's like all sweaty.
It's fine. And he takes it. And he's
It's a halfling size envelope, so it's
Sure.
real
It's very-
tiny
real
for humans.
And he just kind of chuckles and puts it in his top coat pocket. And then he says, okay, I got one more favor to ask of you, and then I can let you go after you punch me in the head.
Okay, what would that be, Frank?
And that's very important that I get you to do this for me. More important than the letter you just found. Or not the letter, but the information you got from me.
What do you, Frank? You're like a father to me.
God damn it.
I do almost anything for you.
You know the new air ducts that they put in last month, I should say.
Yeah.
I need you to meet me there at 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
Okay.
Can you do that for
I
me?
think I can do that.
Okay.
Stay out of the eyes of the
Sure.
overseers
Sure.
in our city here.
Well, then, not, yeah. Punch me. I need you to punch me.
I'm not real strong, Frank.
Doesn't matter. Just punch me.
Okay.
You botch.
I rolled a 4.
So you just hit him, and like your fist just kind of falls off the side of his face.
Fuck,
And
Frank.
he's like,
Your face is so hard.
God damn it. And he's like, looks around in his car, and he finds like a police baton. He's like, just fucking hit me in the back of the head with this.
All right. I got a 9.
You have an advantage to roll another one.
I got a 9.
I'll say you hit him. This is not very hard.
He's a willing target.
Yeah, it's a willing target. Just hit me. Do 1d6.
1d6 minus 1. 2 damage.
So you just clunk him in the back of the head, and he's like, it's just going to give me a goose egg. Hit me again.
2 damage.
So you hit him again. This time it like makes a little louder thud. He's like, all right, just go. Just get out of here.
No, wait, Frank, I got an idea. Lay down on the ground. I'll spread some dirt on your face. Look like I gave you I sucked you right in the jaw, gave you a bruise.
No, it's all right. We'll just go with you got out of the cuffs in the back seat, you found the club, and you whacked me in the head. And we'll go with that story.
That sounds like a good idea, too.
Okay. So he tells you to get out of the paddle wagon.
The paddy wagon.
Paddle wagon.
Okay.
And then he says, don't forget, 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
9 o'clock tomorrow night.
And he says, thanks again for this. You're not the worst, kid.
Not the best.
Not the best. And then he just kind of
But it could be.
cranks his car and just goes off down the road. And eventually the fog takes over the car. You don't see it anymore as it goes down the alley.
Okay.
So our next story starts off in a small bookstore called The Bookworm. It's got a picture of a delightfully cute little bookworm on it with big Coke bottle glasses as he reads a book. And it's got lots of graffiti all over, a lot of racial epitaphs and things like that on there. Penises, all kinds of things carved into that thing. On the inside of this bookstore, it is a staff cleaning up the store at the end of the shift. He's a very large fellow, pretty big muscular guy. He's cleaning up the floor of the bookstore while So visions dance through his head of he and his
What are they?
like sugar
Are they
plums.
sugar plums?
That's right. Dance through his
My
head.
son was killed by diabetes.
That's right. Dance through his head of his child, him and his child walking home from work the one night, and he still hears it clear as day. The peeling out of tires as a car, or as in this world, they're little steam engined carts of sort of peels around the corner, and there's a drive-by shooting, and one of the stray bullets happens to hit his boy right in the chest, and slowly his boy dies in his arms, and he accidentally snaps the broom in half, and then he comes to. And introduce yourself.
This is Philip. I will be playing Brock MacGuffin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a human fighter. I currently am employed at the Bookworm. By day, I am your sales manager down at the local Bookworm. But by night, I am Obsidian Star, the vigilante looking for justice for the untimely death of my son, Arthur MacGuffin.
Arthur MacGuffin was gunned down a few months ago, causing you to take up the mantle of Obsidian Star. But like Batman, you have yourself a member of the police that helps you out. His name is Franklin Sandcastle, and he was the detective that initially took your son's case. And while most cops have already forgotten about it and don't really give a shit because there's a lot of crime in this city, he has taken special interest, and he's constantly tried to help you. He knows that you are the Obsidian Star, but he lets you do whatever you're going to do, while he's simultaneously trying to do it, his way as well. But if him as, trying to help you out, that sort of thing. So it's, 10 o'clock at night, and you're just cleaning up, and you hear like a cling-a-ling, cling-a-ling, as the front door opens, and you hear a couple sets of boots walk in.
So I guess I have my back to them.
Sure.
So I figure that I would have a weapon on me.
Sure.
So I'm going to start to reach for it as I glance over my right shoulder.
It's a little dark still, but it's you see two shadowy figures with fedoras.
Okay, so before I turn around, I'm going to... Can I help you?
Yeah, you can help us to all the money in the register.
You're really picking a bookstore to rob? With all the other shops in this area?
It's as good a store as any.
So what's the distance between me and them?
At this point, I'd say 10 feet.
Okay. So that would be within lunging range?
Sure, you could
All right.
lunge and try and hit him.
So,
Catch him off guard.
I guess I wouldn't be wearing a jacket or anything. How would I conceal a weapon?
Right in your pants. People just think it's a massive erection the entire time.
It's a spiky
That's
ball.
right. That's right.
So yeah, it's got to be my bolt rifle. How long is a bolt rifle?
In this, I would say it's about 2 feet.
Okay, so that could run the length of my leg.
Sure.
So I'm gonna try to whip around and butt end the one gentleman in the face,
Okay, roll.
and then get the barrel on the other. So like a quick.
Okay.
If that makes sense, you weren't looking.
Sure, no,
but...
yeah, no, that makes sense, yeah.
So for a butt end, is that I guess a strength?
Sure.
20.
That's going to hit.
It's a butt end damage.
We'll say D6.
10 damage.
Okay, 10 damage.
Well, 12 damage.
12 damage, okay. So you just smash this first guy in the face as he goes, "Ah, fuck!" and just flies backwards because you just crush him right in the head.
And now the barrel is right
And
in the face of
it's
the
like
other.
a bolt action, so it's
Yeah.
like that whole...
Exactly.
And there's that moment, and then you fire? Or what do you
Oh
do?
yeah, most
Firing?
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Point blank.
Point blank. Are you calling a shot? Like any particular place you want to shoot him, or you're just pointing at him shooting?
Well, when I brought the gun around,
Yeah.
I was hoping to have it
Well, I mean, you're gonna
facing
be-
his face.
Okay. Well, it's point blank, so I'm going to say you won't get a minus for attack for that.
16.
Yeah, it's going to hit. We'll call that double damage, so you roll it and double whatever it is.
16 plus 21.
His head fucking explodes. Just... And the other guy goes, "Ethan, no! You fuck!" And he
Well-
pulls out his pistol and shoots it at you, because since it's a bolt rifle,
Yeah,
it's probably
got
going
it.
to take. What's your AC?
I'm going to say it is a 16
Okay.
because I don't have my shield on me.
Okay.
So
well,
we'll call it a 16.
he's going to hit.
Right.
And he's going to shoot you in the shoulder for 7 damage. Just hits you right in the shoulder / high chest area, and your arm kind of flies backwards, and you're spun around.
Is that all you got?
So you're just staying up on your
Oh,
feet?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to reaction. Or
Initiative.
Yep. 15.
You're first.
Do you know who you're messing with? We're with the O'Malley gang. With his boys. You just shot his boy.
Why don't you shut the fuck up? And I shoot off with a...
Any particular place this time? Or you don't want to call
no,
a shot?
I'm not calling a shot.
Okay.
Because I rolled and then...
Sure.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair.
17.
17's going to hit.
It's 11.
This one... So you basically, while he's talking, you just blow a hole right in the bottom of his jaw, like just the whole bottom half of his head's gone.
I told you to shut the
And he's
fuck
just-
up.
And just, they're both dead. Just blood all over the fucking place.
Now, did any get onto the books?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. You shot a guy in the head, and it exploded. There's a little bit of blood on the books.
I might be in a little bit of trouble for this. But did... Other than the book blood, like the windows and the doors are intact?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to sweep this up. Roll to sweep.
You mean like cleanse it? Like you would a murder scene?
Yeah, I want to clean this up.
I mean, technically, it was your right to defend yourself in the store.
I'm going to drag the bodies out of the front and bring
Okay.
it to the back.
Sure, you can do that. Strength?
22.
Yeah, you drag them both. It's just a stream of blood, like a trail of blood
This is more I'm going to have
on
to
the
clean
floor.
up.
Yep. And then where you drop them, just more blood comes out. So, I mean, you're just spreading the mess at this point.
Yeah. So I'm going to search them for
Okay,
anything, contact information.
sure.
17.
They both have wallets. It's Ethan and Alan O'Malley is what the wallets say. And
Dirty potato eating savages.
that's right. They're part of the. Well, they said they were part of the O'Malley gang.
Wait,
so-
Ethan and what?
Ethan and Alan.
Ethan Allen Company.
That's right. Brought to you by Ethan and Alan. No.
Ethan and Alan. Oh, man.
You also find some keys to what you assume would be one of those
Car keys.
steam-powered little
Yep.
carts.
So that's it.
And the wallets themselves just have a little bit of money on them, 3-4 gold each. That's pretty much it. Not a whole lot else.
All right. I'm going to call Franklin.
Okay, so you can call Frank.
Yeah, I'm going to get him on the phone.
Okay, so you
Let
call...
him know that
Sure.
I was held up at gunpoint, but took care of the situation.
So you call the police station. You ask for Franklin. They put you through, and Franklin's like, "Brock, what can I do for you?"
I had a situation down here at the bookstore.
Is this like a star kind of situation?
I'm not really sure at the moment.
Okay, I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Please, thank you.
And he hangs up. And 5 minutes later, you hear a rap at the front door. And he goes, "Brock, you in there?"
Yeah, all right. Give me a second. Got to find the key.
It's not locked because they
Yeah, I
walked
gotta
right
find
in.
the key.
Okay.
Yeah, I locked it. No.
Oh, you realized?
No. All right, so yeah. Come
Okay.
in.
So he walks in, and he walks in with a brown leather trench coat and a fedora, black fedora, and he goes, "Brock, what the hell happened in here?"
I got held up at gunpoint. It was my only option.
And he says, "Well, I see a little bit of them over here. Where's the rest of them?"
I dragged them into the
And so
back.
he sees the drag marks. He
Yeah.
was like, "I was being more facetious."
Yeah, no, they're this way.
Okay, so he goes over there and he's like, "Jesus Christ, Brock! They don't even have fucking faces. Who are these
There's
people?"
the O'Malley brothers.
The O'Malley brothers, you say?
It's the O'Malley brothers.
Interesting.
Yeah.
They just robbed a couple's house. They shot him.
They shot the couple?
They shot the couple and left them. Took their loot. I assume that's our car out front.
I would presume so. Here's the keys. I toss Franklin the keys.
Takes the keys. He puts them in his front trench coat pocket. And he says, "Now, can you kind of walk me through what happened here?"
Yeah, I was just getting ready to close the shop, doing a little bit of sweeping,
Uh-huh.
and next thing I know, I've got the two O'Malley brothers in the shop. They guns pointed at me, demanding all the cash from the register.
Did you just happen to have a rifle in your pocket?
Yeah. Always now.
He's like, well,
ever since Arthur.
yeah. I might have something for you on that, by the way. In a moment. We'll deal with this mess first. Literal mess. He says, well, luckily it looks like it's self-defense, and the O'Malley brothers are a little bit, infamous for these sorts of things. But you gotta know you're gonna have some trouble. I mean, you shot the O'Malley's boys. I mean, Papa O'Malley ain't really one to be trifled with.
I'm not scared of anything anymore.
I hear you. He's like, well, let me call it in. We'll have a cleanup crew come in here and take care of it. We'll get your statement. Well, I'll just take your statement. I already got it. He pulls out his little notepad and he takes it down. He's like, I got it. He's like, all right, but stick around afterwards and we'll talk about the other business.
Hey.
So he calls the station. He has the cops come in. They come in. They're like, the fuck happened? Anyways, and they go and they clean up the corpses and they load them in their paddy wagon of sorts and they take them away.
They're corpse rickshaw.
That's right.
Steam-powered corpse rickshaw.
That's right. So they take care of that. And then Franklin says, how about we talk about this in your back room?
I mean, at least buy me dinner first. Jesus, Franklin.
Hey, I thought we've known each other a while. I think that's pretty okay.
All right.
So he takes you in the back and he pulls out a very tiny envelope. He takes you right in the back. But he spit on it first because he's a gentleman.
That's fine. I mean, we've been friends for years.
That's right. So he says, I finally got a lead, Brock. I got a lead on the man who gunned down your boy.
What's his name?
He pulls out a very tiny envelope.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
it's like fucking 4 inches by 2 inches. It's super tiny. He's just like, I got a guy downtown, an informant. And he opens up the envelope and he says, you're not going to believe it. And he hands you the piece of paper.
I quickly read it.
The name reads Corderson. George Corderson.
Fucking dead.
You know him to be sort of a hitman of sorts. But he's supposed to be real good. And he goes, Brock, starts to make me wonder. This guy doesn't really miss on purpose. I'm starting to think maybe your boy wasn't an accident. But what the hell would anybody want with a fucking bookshop guy?
I should have worked at a library.
I mean, we could change. Well,
No, it's too late.
Okay.
Overdue books.
I charged him $50 for those overdue books.
They were 2 years late. I stand by my decision.
Don't worth.
He doesn't miss on purpose. All right, give me. That's for me to find out.
He's like, well, everybody knows where to find them. Nobody goes looking for that sort of trouble.
Yep. I know where to find him?
Yeah, everybody knows where to find them.
Where do I find him?
I'll take you there. I brought you. I've been with you every step of the way, Brock. I'm not about to let you go into this alone.
I don't need your help. Wait, yes, I do. Take me there first.
You don't need my help. All right, well, see you, bye.
No! Kill self in shop.
Pulls a Full Metal Jacket, just sits on the toilet with the rifle in his mouth. All right, so he asks you to get into the back of his, or not the back, but the side passenger of his paddle car of sorts, his steampunk paddle car.
Okay, I get in.
Okay, and then he has to crank it because it's steam powered. So he just and then and then he just makes his way down the street,
Way downtown.
And in a high rise, it's one of the fancier apartment buildings. He says, "Well, this is where we can find him. Apartment 69."
That son of a bitch.
Yep.
That sick son of a bitch.
Yep. Are you dressed up in your
Well, I would figure on the way over I would be changing into
costume?
my Obsidian Star.
What does that look like?
You ever see Electro from
Yeah.
from like the 90s cartoon?
The green costume with the
With the
giant spiky. Yep. I know what you're talking about.
But just flat black.
Flat black. What color's the star?
Black.
It's just black. Okay.
But that's not really my costume until I figure it out next week.
Okay.
So
we're just going normal.
Well, no. It's for now. It's just I've got a breastplate on.
Uh-huh.
It's a black on black suit,
Okay.
black tie, black dress shirt.
Sure.
Obviously, black duster.
Sure. I mean,
And then
obviously.
I have a morning star in one
Okay.
hand,
Okay.
and then a black shield on the other.
Okay. He says, I don't know what to expect going in here. This guy, not want to be trifled with, but like I said, I got your back here, Brock. How you wanna do this? Back door as always? Front door? What do you want to do?
I guess you go to the front. I mean, what you said, apartment 69.
Yep.
What level is that on? And is it? I mean, this is an apartment complex, I guess, like
Sure.
a building.
Yeah.
So what level is this on?
This will be the 3rd floor.
Is there a 4th floor?
Oh, yeah, there's like 10 floors.
Okay. So, window, balcony? Question mark.
Yeah, so you want to go
Yeah.
to like a
So
room
I'm gonna
above
go
it?
to 4.
Okay,
I want him to go to 69.
okay,
Everything all rat-a-tat-tat.
sure.
I'm gonna make my way from 4 onto his balcony.
Are you going to give him some sort of signal as to when to rat-a-tat-tat?
Timing.
Okay, so how are you getting onto that balcony? So you have to go in through the apartment that's above that, right?
Technically, I mean, yeah.
Okay,
I'm gonna, he's got a spare badge?
sure.
Yeah. Give me that badge. I need that badge.
Okay, he gives you the badge.
Okay.
And then you split up and go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use that.
So you knock on the door, and it's a little old lady. Answers the door.
I need to get on your balcony real quick.
What?
Flashback. It's important police business. Don't worry about
Well,
this.
It's gonna cost you
No,
something.
it's not gonna cost me anything. I will take you downtown and put you in prison for obstructing
Obstructing
justice.
Obstruction.
She goes, God damn it, no one. Why won't anyone fuck me?
And I push her away
Same as everyone else.
and
Push
go
her
out
out
the
of
balcony.
At the balcony.
And then
okay.
I'm going to try to
Athletics.
stealth?
Stealth and athletics.
Crit my stealth.
Okay, so you're super stealth.
16
Yep.
for my athletics.
So you very quietly just prop down onto the...
See, have the blinds open?
No.
All right.
So, what is the signal for him to knock?
Well, we were going on timing, so I would have told him.
Okay, so as basically you've been timing it out, so you're going to be dropping down right at the same time he's going to be knocking.
I'm gonna crack. Yeah.
Okay. So he knocks on the door, rat tat tat tat. And so you can sort of hear footsteps, and then you hear the door open, and you hear, Mr. Sandcastle, what can I do for you? And he goes, listen, George, I got some questions for you. I'd like you to come downtown. And then he goes, sorry, Franklin, I don't really do questions very well.
Through the window.
Okay.
Or the sliding door, or whatever
Sure.
the fuck it is.
You're just breaking through it? Are you going to try and stealth in? Like, how do you want to do it?
No, I'm going element of surprise.
Okay, just smash in.
Smash through
Okay.
and pin old Georgie boy.
It's a pretty long space. It's like 30 feet.
I'm gonna try to stealth in.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
An 8.
Yeah, no, he heard you. It's just... And he immediately turns around and just pulls out 2 bolt pistols. Immediately, Franklin tries to whack him in the back, but he just turns around and shuts the door with his foot. And, well, he doesn't have to turn around. He just shuts the door with his foot and then just starts running at you, firing. So he fires off 2 shots real fast.
Do I have cover from the door and then cover from the shield?
Just from the shield.
All right.
What's your AC?
18.
Plus
Plus nothing. 18.
meets beats, right?
Yeah, you're attacking.
So the one is going to hit. He's going to hit you for 10 damage. You're KO'd?
I'm dead.
What's your con modifier?
A 2. I started at 12.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You took damage
I
from
took
the other
damage
guy.
on the other guy.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So 10 puts me at -5.
Jesus. So he shoots you. Poof, and you just go down. And then as you basically fade to black. So you're not quite sure what's happening.
Obsidian.
Obsidian is fading. Oh, you fade to obsidian.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So as you're fading to obsidian, you start to hear you can hear the faint sound of like a door slamming open, and then a pop pop and a groaning noise, and then that's that. And then as an undisclosed amount of time passes by, you come to, and standing over top of you is Franklin, and he's like, Brock, wake the fuck up!
I saw him.
Basically, he healed you for you're at 5 hit points now. He's like, I shot him.
I saw him, Franklin.
I don't know. I shot him twice.
I saw Arthur.
You saw Arthur. Oh, okay. He goes, he's not dead, though.
Let me talk to that motherfucker.
No, he basically, when I shot him twice, he jumped off the balcony, like as an escape route, like he had like a cord there. Like he's got this shit planned out in case he needs to get out of here. So he's basically making his way down the building. So he's like, we gotta get out of here, we gotta get him.
Okay. Run.
Okay, so
Get-
athletics?
Yeah. Crit 20.
Okay. Franklin's not in as good a shape as he used to be, and he's not making it so well, but he's like, you got this, Brock, I'm right behind you. And you get to the bottom of the apartment complex just at the same time as you see that guy landing from the, and he like looks up, he sort of does that thing where he, Indiana Jones whip thing, and it just props off the cord so nobody can follow him. And then he kind of turns and locks eyes with you, and then glares, and then bolts off.
Yeah, I'm going to go after him.
Okay. So athletics?
19.
Yeah, you're catching up to him pretty fast. And he's looking over his shoulder and he's seeing you, and you can see him reach in his pockets for his 2 pistols again. And he starts to turn around at you. Do you have your rifle or anything?
Yeah, I've got my rifle.
Okay. I mean, what do you want to do? You want to try and run up and melee hit him? You
No,
want rifle?
no. I'm gonna try to shoot him.
Okay. Go for the Zagusto.
I'm gonna aim. I don't know if I should call a shot. I'm gonna aim for his knee.
Okay.
So that's a -2.
Mm-hmm.
15.
It'll hit. Meets beats.
9 damage to the knee.
So basically his knee just fucking explodes, and the bottom half of his leg just kind of flies off in a different direction, and he's just like, ah! And just falls back firing. And then hits the ground, and sort of the guns go out of his hands, and he's unconscious at the moment.
All right, so I'm gonna kick the guns.
Yeah.
Away from him.
Okay. He's just laying there bleeding. And then eventually,
What's my surroundings?
you're in the middle of a street at nighttime.
But are there alleyways? Are there?
Yeah. I mean, he basically was about to make his way down an alleyway.
So I'm gonna drag him into an alleyway.
Okay. So you drag him in the
And-
alleyway.
Push him up against a wall and
Okay.
slap him awake
Okay.
with a 1.
You lose your legs. No. Ooh, that was almost bad. Nothing happens. You just basically miss. You somehow whiff with a slap.
I dead fish him on
Yeah.
the face.
You just caress his face instead. It doesn't seem to arouse him from slumber.
Hey, wake up! I whisper in his ear, wake up.
You just see his eyebrows move a bit, but he's not waking up.
It's not the only thing I see move.
All of a sudden you hear a huffing and a puffing, and then standing at the end of the alleyway is Franklin. I see you got that son of a bitch.
I can take care of this.
He's like, are you sure?
Yeah, I mean, he can't.
That's true.
He's
I
got
mean,
one leg.
You dude blow off his fucking leg.
He's got one leg.
So he just kind of turns and he's like, I don't see a thing.
All right, good.
Just turns and looks out the alleyway.
So I'm going to, by the shoulders,
Sure.
push him up against the wall again,
Oh.
bring him back a little bit.
Well, like a grapple check almost.
Gonna try to knock his head against the brick wall. 23.
Yeah, it jars him awake. Yeah, it does a little bit of damage too. Like the back of his head's pretty fucked up now,
Yeah.
too. But he starts to flutters his eyes open a little bit. And he's like, fuck you, want to even know who you're fucking with? Fucking kill you.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I know who you are, George. I came after you for a reason.
The fuck do you want?
You killed my son.
What?
You killed my boy, and I want to know why.
I've killed a lot of boys.
Yeah.
Who are you?
And I take a picture out of my wallet, and I slam it into his face. This boy, you fuck!
He sort of squints at it and he's like, oh, is it old Brock McGuffin? Oh,
Why?
overdue books, motherfucker. He goes, doesn't matter, does it? Your boy's fucking dead. I heard he died screaming like a pig.
So I'm gonna hit him against the wall again for
Okay.
that. 16.
He just slams back and coughs up a bit of blood. You think you're a fucking tough guy just because you're beating up a now cripple?
Again.
I'm not fucking scared of you. And you, whatever.
It's 24.
Smash him up against the wall again. All right, now you notice blood on the back of the wall. And his eyes are fluttering a little bit more. He's like, I don't fucking care about you, man. You don't fucking scare me.
Who hired you?
Nobody hired
No,
me.
why? Why? Why did you have to take his life?
I mean, you could try and persuade or intimidate or any
Yeah,
of that
well,
stuff,
I mean,
instead
I
of just
was-
constantly beating him
So
into the
it's-
wall.
I was hoping that he would give
That
me
was an
information with the head trauma that I gave him.
Maybe he doesn't want to be a monster with one leg like someone else we know.
So
He's more alike than you realize.
18 for intimidation.
So you are starting to scare him now. He's like, I was hired by a rival bookstore. They've been muscling him out of his territory. He paid me good money to ice your kid. Figured I might give you a message to get the fuck out of town. Apparently you're too dumb to realize.
Norms and Bobles?
That's right. Noms and Bobles.
Norms and Gobles?
No, that one's Gehring and Goebbels.
Adolf and Goebbels.
Adolf and Goebbels.
Camping supplies.
Camping supplies. Oh, God, yes. It's the next door. No one goes there for some reason. So, yeah, he tells you it's your rival bookstore of Marms and Goebbels.
No. No.
Marms and Bobles.
No, Norms and Bobles.
Narms and Bobles. He's like, I told you what you want. Get it fucking over with. I'm done with you.
This is only the beginning. You will feel the pain that I feel. So, I'm gonna...
I mean, he's bleeding out pretty good.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna solder that off.
With...
I have an adventurer's bag.
Okay.
So,
We'll say you have a... I mean, it's not like a traditional torch, but it's like a... Sort of almost like a blowtorch of sorts.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like a small handheld blowtorch.
Okay. What's my shield made out of?
Wood?
So I'm gonna heat...
Metal. It's probably like trash cans and shit. Or books. You can have it made out of books.
No, it's metal.
Okay.
Bullets,
Scrap
stop
metal.
it.
Scrap metal.
So I'm gonna heat that and then solder off
Okay.
his leg.
Medicine check. Botch?
It's a 1. Jesus, this die through both the prologues worked so well for me.
Yeah.
And then that's the second one it's rolled tonight.
So you basically heat up the shield, and you go to put it right on the cauterize the wound, and you sort of slip forward, and you just burn like his chest with the shield, and lights his clothes on fire, and he's just like, and now he's on fire.
That's fine. Okay, I'm gonna bash his skull in with my Morning Star.
Okay. Advantage?
Great. Sure. 23.
Yeah, you hit him.
13 damage with the
So,
Morning Star.
like Gallagher with a fucking watermelon, you just crush his head and just it splatters all over the place as he's on fire. And his body's just twitching at this point. And he just kind of sloughs over. Franklin casually walks over, hands in his pockets, and he says, well, I guess we got the son of a bitch.
It's only the beginning.
I hear you. I was wondering if I could ask a favor of you.
No.
All right, then.
Always.
Are you familiar with the new air ducts they put into town last month?
Yeah.
I need you to meet me down at those air ducts, 9 o'clock tomorrow night.
It's no problem. I'll be there.
All right. I'll give you... You want me to give you a lift back to your place?
Yeah, that'd be wonderful.
All right, great.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so I'm going to obviously stamp out George.
Are you? I figured you just let him burn.
I kind of want to steal his wallet. And I mean, I
Okay.
work for a small business.
Apparently it's doing pretty well if you're pushing out Narms and Bobles. So,
Well, all right. Well, I'll just leave the
corpse burning.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So he takes you back home and he drops you off and he's like, I got you back as far as this needs to go. We'll get those bastards.
I know you will.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
See you tomorrow.
Let's take a break.
This episode is brought to you in part by patreon.com/birchpodcast. By donating to the show, you get access to all kinds of sweet fucking bonus content. Enjoy the show!
And we're back. So we're going to pick back up, this time in a different part of town. It's more like an industrial area. These are large ducts that go high into the ceiling. These were just built the previous year at the behest of the new governor. That's the mix between a governor and a mayor. It was started by
The governor?
Oscar. No, governor.
The gouverneur?
Because Oscar thought
La gouverneur?
no, Oscar thought it sounded like debonair, so he was very into that idea. So he made up the new title of governor. And so the current governor
I do declare.
decided he wanted to filter in some fresh air from outside since it was tested and found to be
Horribly, horribly poisonous.
yes, exactly. Non-toxic.
Kill everyone.
So they constructed these new air vents that kind of filter in air and that sort of thing. And they were just built a month ago. So currently, you each find yourselves sort of around that area.
Hi guys, I'm Russell. Russell Burton. Russell Burton.
Russell Brand. You're a cheeky fucker, you are.
Currently, 2 of these people know each other, but no one else does.
Roll
Me
to
and Dashler are
perceive.
buddies.
Roll to perceive everyone but Russell. I don't.
Okay.
Well,
It's a little foggy, so...
Actually, no, I got a 12.
Okay. I mean, you see 2 other people in the same vicinity. The only 2 people that you've seen at all. It's approaching the time that you're supposed to be here, so...
Okay, well, I've got my hand on my pistol.
Okay. Somebody, I heard a dice
Who
roll.
goes there?
I was with him. I
So-
perceived no one either.
Okay. So, Dash will ask who goes there as 2 figures are separately walking up towards...
As one figure walks up.
Okay, as one figure walks
We're
up.
in a single line.
Okay. To hide our numbers.
I'm hidden.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been here all day.
Okay.
It's where he lives.
I live in the ducks. It's my home.
Before the filter, so you're breathing in all the...
All the used air.
Yeah,
SIDS.
Oh, God.
that's how it works.
Yeah, no, I don't think. So you see a rather large fellow walking through the fog towards you guys.
No, say again. Who goes there? Large fellow.
Hey,
Hello.
what's your name?
I am Dashel Valentine,
Nice
Private
and-
Eye.
Nice. Fancy.
Valentine Investigations. Owner, operator, sole employee, alcoholic, depressed.
Robot.
Not a robot.
I wish I was a robot.
Then I wouldn't have to have all these feelings.
You're not a robot that you know of.
Wasn't that Valentine Pete Fallout 4?
Yeah, Nick
Valentine's
Valentine.
Technical.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nick Valentine. Okay.
Yeah, it's
You're a robot.
I don't think I'm a robot.
Although I am fueled by alcohol.
Of course you wouldn't.
The name's MacGuffin. Brock MacGuffin.
Do an intelligence check, Dashel. And you can do a history check, Dirk.
I got a 10.
You seem to feel like you recognize the name, but you're not 100% sure where you know it from. It has to do something with the business, but you're not quite sure
Have
what.
I seen you in the movies?
And the talkies?
Las Películas?
Did you pass your
Porn.
history?
It's porn that I'm referring to. Have I seen you in porn?
Dirk, what'd you get for your history?
I got a natural 20.
You know him to be Brock MacGuffin, the general manager of the Bookworm bookstore.
I manage the local bookshop.
I was going to say, but I'd be able to connect the last name to the thing I was investigating.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
1 + 1 = 1.
Equals MacGuffin.
Anyone hear a very small voice?
So the 3 of you
I can't see it. It's
are
too short.
visibly standing in the same area.
Yeah. Were you sent here by Frankie?
Sandcastle? Right? Is that his last name?
That's
Sandcastle?
the one. Officer Sandcastle.
Officer, yeah. Me and Frank have been friends for years.
Ah, same. How do you know Frankie?
Through my son's murder.
Oh, well, that just got joyous. Would you like to drink some of old Pete's bog whiskey with me?
I'm alright, I don't drink.
Oh, I certainly do. I drink.
Straight edge.
Dirk, are you making yourself known or still staying hidden?
I'm staying hidden until I see Sandcastle.
Okay.
Sandcastle's in the sand.
Okie dokie. So, what do
Where's
you...
Russell Brower? What are you doing?
I'm like watching you guys, and I take the bottom piece of my lip, and I go, yeah, I'm just kind of.
What's with the cheek jiggler?
He's kind of an eccentric, an oddball,
He's
a
a
weirdo.
monk.
He's a monk.
He's religious.
Oh,
He's found religion, and it's gotten weird.
one of those people.
Right.
Got it.
Correctamundo.
So,
There's only one book I need.
Namaste.
It's a scroll. I show it to him.
It's not a book. Is it an Elder Scroll?
No, you open it up, it's just a mirror.
And we're all blind.
Brock's got blood coming out of like one nostril and an earlobe. He's like, "What the fuck?" So as you three are standing there, sort of conversating, do a perception check.
29.
Okay.
15?
Okay. You can hear footsteps coming from the same direction that Brock came from, through the fog. One set of footsteps.
Sounds like someone's coming.
Is that Sandcastle?
You hear, "Who's asking?"
It's me, Russell.
And you can see the silhouette of a trench coat and a fedora walking
Frankie.
through the fog.
Is this our super team?
Oh, God, I don't need friends. I'm leaving.
Dirk, are you making yourself known?
As soon as he gets up to the group,
Okay.
I will.
So he walks up to the group, and it is not Frankie Sandcastle. And instead is a different gentleman. Dasher, do an intelligence check.
20.
You know this to be Police Chief Martin Murtaugh.
Oh, if it isn't Murtaugh. Chief, how are you?
Could be better.
Could be worse.
Not surprised to see you here.
Well, I'm surprised to see anything right now with about as much alcohol as I've had today.
He said, what are you lot doing here?
We're told to meet up with Frankie up here at the ducts.
So you're here to meet Frankie.
Well, yeah.
And all of a sudden you hear, and like all around you, you just hear like lots of guns being, and you hear the police chief say, "You're wanted in the disappearance of one Franklin Sandcastle.
He's what? What do you mean he's disappeared?
He's been missing for 24 hours almost.
That what?
Coming into the station quietly for questioning."
That's like I can. Oh, all right, I can do that.
You staying hidden.
Better
No, I'm going to stay hidden.
Better than being dead.
Do a stealth check real fast.
How much more loss do I have to have in my life?
Apparently, just your life.
It is 16 stealth.
3 cops see you
They say,
hiding in the fog. They say, "Oi!" They say, "This is that guy who's always with him."
"Look, it's a midge."
He's too short to be dangerous.
Also, you're kind of on the run anyways currently. I mean, you did.
What? Me?
He's got the runs.
They say, "Hands in the air."
Put my hands in the air.
Okay.
So
So
they just
Wave
don't
them like
care.
I just don't
that's
care.
right. Well, they come up and cuff you.
And all these little
I've never met this Frank Sandbastle in my life.
That's not his name.
You don't even know his name, stupid.
Exactly. I've never met this Sandbastle man in my life.
Okay. Well, they still cuff you, and they
Okay.
cuff all of you. Are you all fine with you being cuffed?
Yeah,
Putting
and
back in
15
the-
insight check to see if he's bullshitting. Bullshitting.
Deception?
You believe me.
That sounds about right.
Oh, the cops don't believe
He
it.
doesn't even know his name.
Oh, what did the cops get? In their
He's too
insight?
short to know his name.
The one cop got a 19, the other one got a 24.
Okay.
You were
yeah.
you were his
Yeah,
best
they-
man.
they- don't
Yep,
believe me.
Yep, they don't believe.
And then, why is there a child here in the first place?
Yeah, it looks like a small child. So yeah, they put tiny cuffs on you.
I put them around my elbows instead of my wrists.
They just put it all around you. Just
Just one handcuff.
That's right.
Just around me.
so they put you in the back of a larger paddle car, a van paddle car,
paddle
van,
van.
if you will, and they take you down to the station, and they put you all together in basically a larger interrogation room, and you're all kind of chained to the table, and in walks Chief Murtaugh. He sits down, and he folds up his jacket and he puts it behind the chair, and he sits down, hands folded, and he says, "Each of you boys have been seen with Franklin Sandcastle in the last 24 hours. I want answers. Where's Franklin Sandcastle?"
He's not here.
It was probably those Garfield gang.
The Griffin gang.
Yeah, those ones.
He pulls out a phone book and puts it on the table. And you immediately know what that's for.
Oh,
Are we gonna we're gonna swear on that?
I
That
don't think I know what that's for.
Intelligence check.
Is that for the sex? It's an 18.
That's for beating.
Is he gonna make us fold it in half?
That's
Doesn't leave bruises
that's
somehow.
Oh, that's the beaten book.
Yep, the beat book. Beat boot book.
The spank book.
That's right. So he says, "I'm going to ask again. I want some information on where Franklin Sandcastle is."
I can't tell you. I don't know. I've been at the Broken Dreams.
He says, yeah, I know. We know you're there.
Well,
he says,
then why am I here?
how comes all of you were at his last seen location?
What was
the
that?
Ducks.
He was last seen there?
Well, last reported to be there anyways.
Well, because he told us to go there. He had a job that needed to be done. Didn't tell us what it was. Just
sort of leans back in his chair and rubs his chin. He's got, like, really thick 5 o'clock
It's 8 o'clock
shadow.
shadow.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock shadow. He's like, it's 5 months from retirement. I don't need this shit.
That sounds like...
I duck, quick, put my hands over my head.
Okay.
Well, you know, anytime anybody says that, they're about to get shot.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not
Sandcastle was
far enough along in his own personal character's plot.
He says, I'm going to level with you boys.
Which level? Our level? His level. Pointing at Dirk.
He's short.
No one's that level.
Excuse me, Captain Martel. Do you have any more phone books I could set up?
Yeah, it's like his eyes are barely coming over the table.
I'll roll a persuasion just for fun.
Okay.
He needs another
Got a
beat
12.
book. The spank
He
book.
brings you an encyclopedia to sit on. So now you sit like chest height of everyone else.
Actually, he's a perfect gentleman. He brought me an encyclopedia to sit on.
Are you Irish?
Are you a leprechaun?
Hey, you got me.
The wee little people.
You got me an encyclopedia. to
Don't
sit
take me
on.
Lucky Charms. He says,
I've been dealing with this shit my entire life.
Ta-ta-ta-ta.
technically we can't file a missing person's report till it's been about a week in this town. But I know the assignment I sent old Franklin Sandcastle on.
Would you care to explain what that was? Because I don't think any of us know.
Well, I have a feeling he was trying to bring you in on something I wanted him to do solo. And I suppose he decided to...
Get frozen in carbonite?
Yes.
All right.
He says, this hasn't been in the papers or anything. None of you repeat what you hear here.
I don't remember anything I hear.
Good.
Oh, promise.
Many disappearances in town over the last month. People just go missing.
I feel like I would have heard about something like this.
You,
Maybe?
intelligence check.
Okay. History check?
Intelligence.
It doesn't really matter. They're the same. I got a 15.
You seem to recall people coming in to see you about
Missing persons.
missing people more over the last month.
Okay.
Cops can't seem to find anything, so they come to you. You haven't found anything at all.
Yeah.
Like, which is weird for you because you find everything, but not this time. You haven't been finding anything.
Not only are they missing, but all the evidence is missing as well.
Yep.
So are my memories.
He
Who are
says-
you?
He says,
Where am I?
we've been investigating these missing persons reports, and old Franklin's been undercover, and he said he had a lead, but he seemed a little shaken when he was telling me about it. He said he was going to be at the Ducks yesterday and today to look into it.
Perhaps he looked too far into the ducts and fell in.
Well, they go up, so that would be hard.
Maybe,
What do you do? Jump into them?
possibly. He was always quite a basketball player. Mad ups.
He's sure. He so he
I
says.
was always better at Clue.
So he sort of rubs his brow and he goes, I can't make a report, but I got a gut feeling that something happened to Franklin. I might regret this decision. I want you boys to look into the disappearance of Franklin Sandcastle.
That is basically all my job is.
Yeah.
Just not about Franklin usually.
I can't promise a lot of rewards. I'm just a cop.
Having my childhood friend back in the land of knowing where he is would be a reward enough.
Also, if you guys get into any shit,
Diplomatic immunity.
diplomatic immunity. No. Basically,
Get out of jail free.
no. Basically, it's plausible deniability.
I don't know what plausible means.
It means I don't know you. I never met you in my life.
But
We didn't have this conversation.
aren't there cameras in here?
No,
That seems like...
not right now. Wink, wink, wink.
Oh, right. It's Thursday.
No. Bend over and receive. No.
Not again.
Um,
That's why I left the force in the first place.
So he basically asks if you guys are up to the task. It's like, I'll do what I can, reward-wise. I just don't have a lot to give you.
I'm in.
Okay.
I want my friend back.
Brock.
I'll do anything for Franklin.
Dirk.
Oh,
He's like a father to me.
You know as well as anyone, Murtaugh, that Frank was like a father to me. I'd do anything to get him back. And if you could maybe pass me some pardons or something, that'd be nice.
I could definitely look into that.
Who the hell is this Franklin guy? Because he seems to have a lot of deep relationships with people I've never met before in my life.
It's
Monk.
like Master High Pan always said.
Girls with
The
green
years
eyes.
start coming and they don't stop coming. Fed to the rules, so I hit the ground running.
Continue.
Smash Mouth, really?
Continue.
That's what you went with?
Didn't make sense not to live for fun. Your brain
Brain
gets
gets
smart, but your
But
head gets dumb.
dumb.
So much to do, so much to see. So what's wrong with taking the back streets? I'm in.
That was terrible.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's on
one
the
for-
scroll.
Oh, God! I'm blinded.
I'm not really one for scripture. So,
He says, do you need any gear?
do I need a gi? No,
Gear.
No, I got a gi.
Can I get some armor put on my trench coat?
He says, he gives you basically
Studded.
Like Kevlar type thing. So it'll add like 1 AC.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if we could be slightly, potentially outfitted, that'd be.
I mean, what do you need as far as weapons go? I mean, we got pistols and we got rifles. That's about all we got to give you right now.
I don't think anything you have is going to fit me.
Shotguns?
The only shotgun we got is riot shotgun. It shoots like beanbag pellet guns.
Eh.
It shoots bees.
It shoots bees. We got a BB gun.
It shoots bees.
Just 2 bees.
Yeah.
Pew pew. It's out. I'll take some.
Sting.
You
dead.
don't fuck with the BB gun, okay? Those two, they never miss.
Everyone in Massive City is deathly allergic to bees.
Yep. They don't know what to do.
Bees are weapons of mass destruction in Massive City.
One shot, one kill. Because the stinger, they die. I don't know if you know about bees. Bee
I've
physiology.
never heard of them.
Okay.
Anybody want any other type of ranged weapon, melee weapon?
No, I'm good.
Dashiell's good. Brock's
You
good.
could use a helmet.
It gives you like a riot helmet type thing.
Doesn't really.
Like riot gear helmet? Or do you want like a...
I could modify that.
Okay. Or do you want like a black helmet with a big giant black star on it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
History check. Crit 20.
Brock is the vigilante known as the Obsidian Star.
I thought I recognized you from all the black.
I'll take a riot helmet
Okay, that
and I'll
adds...
modify it later.
Okay.
That adds.
That's 1 AC.
Do you have any way to hook up my brass knuckles to some kind of electroshock mechanism? And then I'm good.
I mean, I'm not a scientist. I mean, there is a weapons research facility in town, but I mean, we're not part of that.
They don't take walk-ins.
Probably not. No,
No over-the-counter weapons research.
not so much.
Remember the good old days.
Dirk.
Oh, like I said, I don't think anything you've got is going to fit me. So
Okay.
They've got... It's the children's
Yeah, I
brigade
was
and
just about
stuff.
to say.
Yeah.
unless you've got an army of child soldiers, which
Well, the homeless youth.
Don't talk about that.
You could just stick whatever you have in the wash for a long time.
Russell, are you good?
on the highest setting.
Yeah, the high side.
Okay.
All that glitters is gold, Chief.
So the chief says,
I love it so much.
the chief says, well, the last place he was seen was the air duct, so I would suggest looking for clues there.
We're on the case.
Okay.
Valentine investigations and these people.
He
Oh, we
says-
can stay at my summer home.
Do you have a
trash can.
Summer...
It's a trash can.
Yeah, in the ducks. Go there occasionally to stay.
Right? We could all use a little change.
So as the chief, basically gives you your mission, we're gonna end there. So thanks so much for listening to the start of season 2. Check us out next time.
You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch at botchpodcast.com. Thanks for the people who support us over at patreon.com/botchpodcast. If you can't afford to support us financially, you can always head over to iTunes and support us over there with a 5-star review, like our first UK 5-star review from Crikey, motherfucker! From Zero Boy. Hey, thanks, mate. Way to be a cunt and give us a 5-star review.
And as always, when you're drinking heavily in a bar, alone by yourself, just start up a tab under the name Botched, and we won't pay it.
We'll see you next week, nerds.
Happy holidays.
Hail Cthulhu.
Hail Satan! Wow, that was incredibly offensive.
You want me to do it again?
I don't care. I can always chop the cunt part out.